What's up, guys? Oh man, it has been a hell of a week. So there's not really any like updates other than, so you guys remember last Saturday my buddy Joel came over and helped me pull the 4L60E out of my pickup truck, which is the transmission in my truck, because it blew up towing the Corvette home. And I spent every night this week working on it, rebuilding it, and then Fry Riding John came over yesterday and helped me get the transmission in, and I've been driving the truck around and everything is fucking gravy. So I finally have my truck back. I can start towing stuff again, which is really cool on pretty much every account, because not having to drive the vet around everywhere was not a whole lot of fun. So that's done. I mean, I more or less feel like death. I feel like I've had the shit beat out of me for a week straight, and I haven't really had any real food in that time. And all those things are true. The topic for today that I really want to talk to you guys about has become really pretty obvious to me in the last week or so, is what I like to call the concept of internet time. So YouTube is this fantastic, amazing thing because you can find out how to build pretty much anything in a video online nowadays. I mean, I know because I put out tons of videos that are nothing more than explanatory, like DIY type stuff. And so I generate a lot of that content, or I mean some of that content, obviously. Like with this transmission rebuild, right? The amount of time it takes you to watch the video and the amount of time it takes something to happen in a video is very different than what it takes in real life. So I spent probably about 22 hours total working on the transmission on the bench. That is the time it took me to rebuild the actual box. That's not counting the install or the removal time. That's strictly just rebuild time. So I talked to Dana at ProBuilt, who was the guy I got all the parts and stuff from, and here's a link to his site. If you ever need to rebuild an automatic transmission, talk to him first. He's a great guy, amazing customer service. But so I talked to him and I asked him, I'm like, you know, Dana, you've been rebuilding automatic transmissions for like 30-something years. You've been doing it longer than I've been alive. How long does it take you to rebuild a box? And he goes, without missing a beat, he says, it takes me 12 hours and I prefer to do it over 2 days. You know, that's to measure everything and make sure everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. So it takes 12 hours. There's a guy online, and the username is Transmission Bench. The guy is boring as shit, but it's the videos I use to rebuild my box. And he's very thorough. I'll give him that. He shows you everything, but all of his videos, start to finish, are probably about 5 hours in length. There's it's like a 20-part series. So that's only about 5 hours. I spent 4 times that amount of time, and the thing is, they don't really cheat that much in those videos. I mean, he skips ahead some of the unbolting, like nobody wants to sit there and watch him unthread 16 bolts or whatever, but in general, they show pretty much everything in those videos, but he gets it done in about 5 hours. It took me, like I said, 20 plus. It takes Dana 12. So the problem is, you watch these videos online and you assume, oh, it's going to be like a 10-hour job. Well, it's not. It's usually a lot more than that. And granted, I made a lot of mistakes, and you guys will see the time-lapse videos. I probably won't point out all the mistakes I made, but I made quite a few mistakes, and I basically had to rebuild the box like 3 times cumulatively. So in reality, you know, I probably could have gotten it done, and if I did like another one today, I could probably get it done in about 15 hours worth of work. You got to make sure that you realize that just because somebody else does it in a video, like there's a lot of, I mean, I do it too in my DIYs. You watch me, you know, rebuild a suspension or something in like 30 minutes. The video's like 30 minutes. Or you'll watch me rebuild an entire bike in like 20 minutes, right? Because those are how long my build videos are. But you have to realize that there's actually 3 or 4 hours of work that goes into making 20 minutes worth of video. So I think a lot of people miss out on that on occasion. And they're like, well, why is this taking me so long? Well, the truth is, what you're watching things in internet time, and that's not a realistic representation of how long it actually takes to make something. So I'm not gonna lie, it feels kind of weird having only this KTM in the garage, the only motorcycle. But give me a few months or whatever, the seasons change, I'll start pulling bikes in again, and we'll have more bike videos. In the meantime, like I said, the transmission's probably going to be a 3 or 4 part installment because there's quite a lot of film and I got to edit a lot of it. The weekly vlogs will continue. We'll see if can maybe take a little road trip here with fry riding or whatever, and go do some off-roading somewhere else and shoot some film, and let's see. That's pretty much it. To be honest with you guys, I'm pretty exhausted. I've been burning the candle at both ends on a number of projects for a while now,